This is Smithy.tv.
What? Hey, folks, this is Kenny Robinson. This is Breaking Down the News. And this week, I have a special guest, comic, nurse, mother, promoter, producer, actress now that you've done a theater production, Miss Zabrina Chevannes, ladies and gentlemen. So, Sabrina, you just finished doing the Fringe Festival. What was the name of your show again?
A Nurse's Worst Nightmare.
A Nurse's Worst Nightmare.
Yeah.
And someday I hope to be that. And is this your first Fringe Festival? Your first?
Yeah, very first time doing it. Very first time doing it more like more like theater instead of stand-up.
Did you have a director and all that?
Oh yeah, Paul Hutchinson. He was my director.
How'd you find him?
He's amazing. He for years he's been doing like solo shows, touring around the States and stuff like that. So
Okay.
he was a really good director.
How did you hook up with him?
We known each other like for years through comedy. We used to do like hot box, like weed rooms, telling jokes in weed rooms, and that's where I met him. And yeah, we work really well together. So.
Would you say you came out of the weed rooms?
Like for comedy? Not really. Like,
Because I first met you, it was when Glenn Foster had the gig at Healy's.
yeah.
And-
that was back in the day.
Oh, yeah, and it was so far back. Healy, I think, was still alive there, But in Jeff Healy's club, and there'd be like 6 people in the audience.
Oh yeah. That was wow. Yeah.
And you were fearless. You love to play. You love to play a room. Doesn't matter if there's people there or not.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It's just when I first started out, I was really trying to get rid of my stage fright.
Okay.
That was my whole point. So like I would do any kind of room, and then when you're first starting out, you can't really do any good rooms. You're doing a lot of bad rooms
Right.
where there's nobody there. So I just had to like work out my set and just get comfortable on stage with people. And I would do like the odd. Back in the day, there was only probably like 2 weed rooms that I knew of, like Hot Box and
2 weed rooms.
Underground. There was only 2 weed rooms.
You know how many
now
weed
there's
rooms?
so many.
You know how many weed rooms there were back in my day? None. So don't make it sound like 2 is such a girl. There's only 2 marijuana-friendly environment performance stages back in the day.
Well, when I started, there was only 2, and that's where I would. I like those rooms.
But see, back in the old days at Yuck Yucks, there used to be a long hallway from the kitchen, and we used to get in shit for smoking weed in the stairwell.
Oh wow.
That led up to the Afghani restaurant upstairs,
Yeah.
or the Moroccan restaurant where you ate with your fingers and sat on the floor, which is what they did at my apartment after smoking weed. We'd order pizza and go back to my place, and we'd eat with our hands and sit on the floor. So, but that's some of the legendary comics of our generation. Sam Kinison, we smoked weed with in the back staircase there. So
Yeah.
we didn't have official weed rooms, but we did have our zone.
Oh yeah. I go to some places in the States and they've never even heard of a weed room. So.
Oh no! They'll take away your car and your
Like,
house.
what?
That'd be enough reason to have your children taken away. You performed in a marijuana encouraging room.
Yeah.
You have a dope habit. So okay, so you started out doing all the open mics, and why do you still do all the bad rooms?
I don't do all the bad rooms anymore.
I'll tell you, folks. This woman, if there were 2 cows in the middle of a field having sex, if she thought they'd watch her act for 30 seconds, she'd stop the car and do some moo jokes. Okay,
No, I'm
she
good.
plays
I'm
5
good.
shows a night. And it could be 2 people there, could be 200. Doesn't matter to her. In fact, she might be late for the 200 because she had to stop at the 2 people club.
No,
So, have you stopped that?
Yeah. I stopped doing shows. It's just yeah, I was a little bit addicted. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Addicted
if I'm in Toronto
To
and
the
there's
rush or to the...
the amount of shows I would do per, like if I'm in Toronto, because I'm coming from Brampton, I don't want to
Right.
come for like one show. Yeah, there's people, but I'm doing like 7 minutes. I might as well hit some other rooms. Oops, if there's like not anybody there.
What a
My
great
bad.
attitude. I'm in Mississauga and I ain't coming down for shit.
I know. I just hate
Unless there's
coming
money
for,
on the table, I ain't coming down to get it.
I know, but then like if I wait, then it's like I feel like
You're getting rusty.
yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So that's why I would like if I'm doing it consistently, then it's fine, and then I can work on new material.
Yeah. See, I work about once or twice a month, so I try to get my rust off that first 15 minutes of a 45
Oh
minute
wow,
set.
okay, yeah. So I don't really get 45-minute sets. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
come
neither do I. I
in-
don't get many of them. I'm saying, but when I do, You know, it's just like with the price of gas and parking, and
I know.
and then they like shower and put on something clean that ain't. But see, you have a day job too, or a nighttime job, so there's more.
And my parents live with me. They were like, "Go do what you want to do."
You live with your parents, or your parents?
No,
live
my parents moved in with me. They sold. They're planning to move to Jamaica, but they sold their house.
They clean up after themselves.
Oh, they totally help me.
They
take care of the kids.
They eat up all your food. Oh, they're taking care of your children.
Yeah, like while I do, they didn't, because I quit after my whole ex-husband incident. I quit for like 6 months, and then they were just like, "Go do what you need to do. It's what you love to do. Don't quit because of him." And then they sold their house. They're gonna move to Jamaica anyway. But anyways, they moved
sold your house to back your career.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then why did they move you to LA then, since they're trying to back you so
I
much?
no, that's too much. They wouldn't do that.
Well, I remember you sent me this letter asking me for advice about when your husband was first trying to tell you that you couldn't do stand-up.
Yeah. That was years ago.
Yeah, and I cried when I read it.
Oh no, I didn't want you to cry.
Yes,
Yeah.
I cried. I said, her poor husband, he's losing her. But no, I cried because I couldn't, to me it was like every bad husband story you could think of.
Yeah.
Him trying to prevent you from doing stand-up, and by preventing you, by trying to stop you from doing stand-up, if he had cheated on you, wouldn't have chased you his way as quick as him trying to stop you from doing comedy.
Yeah, true.
And at the same time, I didn't feel like, you ought not be messing no one else's home.
No, I know, but like,
so that's why I just tried to say, well, do what you got to do. You were born to do this.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird because when you're in that kind of a relationship, which is an abusive relationship, you're like really confused, and it's hard to tell what is good for you, what's good for the family, just because I was like in a mentally abusive relationship.
Was he ever
when
physical?
I'm like at the end. That was my what my solo show was about.
When he knew the staring at you wasn't gonna do, he said, "Well, I better try it. I turn to this girl."
That's when I knew. No, there's a lot more to it. But I was like reaching out to people, like I didn't know what to do, but like I didn't realize what kind of relationship I was in until he left, and I'm like, like
you were watching Oprah and said, "Damn, this sound like me."
I'm like, oh shoot, I was in an abusive relationship. It was the worst. I can't believe I even got myself into something like that. But it happened over years, and it just got worse towards the end.
Yeah, it's never terrible, right?
I know.
You don't say I do, and he say no, you don't. No, it doesn't
I know.
happen like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just I felt bad that I sent you a Facebook message. I just didn't know, like I was there, and I just didn't know what to do.
That's what mentors are for.
Yeah, but yeah,
so I tried to word it so in case he hacked your thing.
Yeah, which he did.
Say, oh, this motherfucker trying to get in my woman now. He trying, So I was trying to be helpful without being,
yeah,
like I'm trying to destroy your family and what have you.
Oh no, that was already.
Okay, so what was the last straw what was the show that he said don't go do it and you said fuck it, I'm doing it?
Well,
or was there like one big moment? Before you had to do your Tina Turner running out of the house with no keys and no cars and no shoes?
Well, okay, it was really complicated. This is why me and Paul Hutchinson, we were working on months to write this story into like a theater.
Because it's a therapy piece.
Yeah, pretty much. And I got to tell everybody what happened. But the thing was, a cousin moved in. They were
of his or yours?
Of his cousin moved in for temporarily.
To watch you?
No, he's a weed dealer. I didn't know he was a weed dealer. They were smoking up. And the thing is, if you have if you have something like a mental illness that hasn't like projected yet, like if you had schizophrenia and you smoke weed, that can make it worse.
And it made it worse for him?
He started hearing voices. He started having delusions. Then the problem was he joined this African cult. And then he thought like that church, he gave them a lot of money. They told him I was a witch trying to kill him, and I wasn't doing stand-up comedy. I was really a prostitute, having oral sex with all the comedians for 35. It was really detailed.
That should give him more money than to give the church. They shouldn't have no problem with that.
Yeah, it was insane. And then, it was just really insane. And then he finally left after he did choke me, and then I called the police. And my cat, that's
Your
the one.
cat?
My cat, like, actually saved
Attacked
me.
him?
Yeah, like, bit a chunk out of his leg. Like, he was bleeding everywhere. That's the only reason
You
why
know
I
what?
let go
Cats
of my cat.
and you treat him like a king, that cat, don't you?
Well, yeah.
But you know what they say about women, about witches and cats, so there's a connection. So that African church may not have been off.
Oh, he was scared. He's like, "You're a witch. You're controlling the cat." And
Absolutely.
I'm like, I am a witch. Get out of my
I
house.
put a spell on you. I got a scar here on my foot. Let's see if we can show it here. So this one here.
Oh, okay.
I had two cats, my mother's cats, and my father died in 1967. I had a sweater of his. And it got knocked off a chair after my daughter said it was too itchy for her, and it went up on the floor, and this old cat of my mother's peed on it.
Oh, my
So
God.
I was furious. So I grabbed this
That's
old-ass cat, and I start rubbing his nose in my father's sweater where the piss is, right? Because I'm mad, because it's like I only got a few things my dad left. And one of them is now this old... I couldn't kill the moths that ate a little bit of it, but I still had the sweater.
Yeah.
And now this cat pissed on it, and it was like Shetland wool. So I don't know. You can't put that in the washing machine. Be this big, right?
Yeah.
So I'm rubbing this cat's face in it. So why you point me? You pissed on my daddy's sweater. And then my big cat, the one I still got with me, he like, stop it, motherfucker. And I said, mind your business. So he attacked me, and I kicked at him, and then he came at me again, and he drew blood. And that was a year and a half ago. I still got that scar.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and I said, you don't even like this cat.
No, I know.
You don't even like her. Why are you turning on me who feeds you and picks up your shit for this cat that pissed on the sweat? You don't even like this cat. So he just looked at me like, don't hit her no more,
I didn't even think cats even knew how to respond like that.
Oh, the cat knew that this is the one I love and he's causing her, yes.
Yeah, so they're I didn't even know. I thought only dogs.
No, cats too.
Yeah.
But you know what I did with my big cat after he drew blood and scarred me for life? I let him go 3 days without feeding him just so he remembered.
Oh, no.
And there's only 2 little specks left in the bowl. And my son saying, Dad, you got to feed him. I said, no, I don't. Not till he remembers not who to scratch.
Yeah.
So then finally when he saw those last 2 specks, that bowl was clean. Because a cat will like leave a third of its bowl and say it's empty.
Yeah.
So this bowl was truly empty. And then I said, okay, who's the man? And he said, you are. And then I fed him, So what was that first show of freedom like? Where'd you go for that first show once this dude was gone?
Oh wow! That's when I started hitting all the rooms. I think I was just like, yes, I
You
can
were
do
running
whatever
the
I
streets,
want. Yeah.
just like he knew you would. Running the stages. Instead of men, you was hitting mics.
No, I know. I was just pretty much just doing all the shows. But yeah, I realized it quickly that it just I was getting too tired. But I'm used. That's the thing that I do when I commit to something. I'm just like I have to do it 110%. Like. You know what I mean? Like, if I commit to it, I'm going to do it. Right. I'm not going to, like, do shows once a week. That's, like, not enough for me. Like, if I go 2 days without stand-up or telling jokes, I feel like I just need to...
You were willing to let a man choke you so you could get that stage. So...
Well, yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, when he went through that, I was trying to help him, though. Because I knew what it was. His family, they're more like old school Jamaicans, so they think, oh, it's obia, it's witchcraft, it's a demon. And I'm like, no, I think I have schizophrenia. And then they get mad at me, like, oh, he's not a madman. Are you saying he's a madman?
Better to be obia and then set of mental illness.
Yeah, pretty much. So
did they tell you to put Vicks on his feet and he should be okay?
Well, oh my God, yeah, he had oil to protect himself. It was insane, but he ended up moving away.
Didn't have no oil to protect his ass from your cat, though, did he?
No, he's scared of that cat. But he ended up moving away. He changed his number. He stopped. According to that church, they told him to stop speaking to anybody. So he stopped speaking to his side of the family. He doesn't even talk to us. He was this close to his mom. He was a mama's boy.
Uh-oh.
And he hasn't spoken to her for 2 years. He started, like, after 2 years of being, like, my son is just like, oh, like, we gotta go to daddy's house. Like, he sees them, but they're just, like, there's no connection. He doesn't talk to them. I'm like, you should at least apologize to them for disappearing.
Yeah.
He's like, why did you try and kill me? I'm like,
I didn't.
Okay, you
The cat tried to kill you. I tried to save you.
Yeah, so that part is pretty crazy, but I don't know, like, I still have to perform. Like, it was when I did those 8 shows at the Fringe Festival, I think it helped a bit, like I just really spoke about it. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't all serious. Like, it was totally funny because that's, like, the weirdest situation.
Yeah, you got to make it funny. People plop down their money and they just want to sit there like, oh, my God. It's like going to see a black poet.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, but...
Our mothers have been raped. And now you're a comedian, ladies and gentlemen. You ever do those shows?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did one show. This artist from New York, I don't know what it was, but he would sing and then show pictures of African American penises. Like, I guess when they were slaves, white people would cut them off and use them as trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tobacco
But
pouches.
I went before that, thank God. Like, but
Yeah.
that, oh my God, it was all white people in the crowd. I think
Did they like that part?
No, I think, I don't know what happened. It was,
Bring back the comedian. Wow.
It was scary.
Okay, so quickly, you've become an influence on a lot of the female comics in this town. Or a lot of comics, period. You know,
Yeah.
every comic I know is totally blown away by your hustle. Like I said, you are the hardest working woman in Canadian showbiz. You know, I didn't know that, you know, your idea was if I don't keep hitting these mics, he's going to come back, you know. So, you know, but now
No, I'm over that now, for
understanding some of the motivation and your desire to do it. So who are the comics that inspired and influenced you?
Comics. I mean, should I even talk about Bill Cosby?
Sure. We're going to talk about Cosby later on, but you can talk about Cos.
Yeah, of course. Like, of course. Every
say-
day I would be watching, like, you know, his shows and stuff like that. Yeah, I always loved Bill Cosby. It's just, yeah, this news, the stuff that I'm learning now,
You
whatever.
can still
but-
love Bill. You just need him to go away.
yeah.
Just like your husband went away. Mr. Huxtable is a bad husband. Sometimes he's
know.
bad husband. Sometimes you love him, sometimes you don't. So,
I know, but then it's show business, and show business is dark. Like, there's so much darkness behind.
I don't know if there's any more darkness behind showbiz than there is in any other life. I mean, people say that, and then, you know, if,
Compared to, like, the stuff that I do. Like, me being a nurse and stuff.
oh, that's pretty dark, too.
I guess so.
Yeah, like
But
you-
I mean, but the people that do stuff were like, oh yeah, we hate this doctor. Yeah, okay, he's an idiot. We already knew that. But then stuff is just like, oh really? Oh.
Like how sometimes staff eats the patient's food if the patient don't eat it.
Ooh, no, I haven't seen that. That's disgusting.
No,
if
I'm-
you knew in the hospital, no.
Do you know what my mother does when she doesn't like what they bring her?
What?
Well, she doesn't do it all the time. She spits in the food and puts the lid back on the tray and sends it out. Yeah, I go, Mom, stop that. She's like an Alcatraz or something, hey? I go,
Nursing home food is not that great,
yeah.
especially if you're black. It's
What?
mostly like mashed potatoes and ham, like, ugh.
So nothing on the
Like
nation.
old white people are just like, oh, there's no spice in it.
There's nothing for the nation
There's
of
no
Islam
salt or-
people.
Yeah.
Pork, I cannot eat pork. You can barely see, but I can smell the swine.
Yeah, I know.
So, but you know, you become a huge influence though with a lot of comics. Besides your hustle, you have a certain way of yelling in your act, like what, and you
Yeah.
lean forward.
I don't
and
know why I do that.
I see 3 or 4. Well, you're almost kind of Joan Rivers, where you sometimes laugh at your own jokes and
Yeah.
stop before you can deliver. But I've seen 3 or 4 comics that have picked up your yelling pattern. And
Oh, really?
yeah. And sometimes some of these ladies will be on the same show as you.
Oh no, yeah, I don't
You know?
notice. Yeah.
But I think that's great because I remember back in the heyday when Sam Kinison was hitting it bit. You know, I was always loud, but even I was catching myself yelling in rants, and I'm going, "Oh wait a minute, that sounded a little bit too Sammy."
Yeah, yeah.
I said, "Well, it's not Sam's riff, no, but you stole the sound, you know." So
Yeah.
okay, so but you're definitely an influence by that. So we're running out of time. Real quick, tell us about your the things black girls say.
Things Black Girls Say. It's a monthly show at Comedy Bar featuring a lot of black female comedians and some of my favorite comedians. Some of them can be men, but mostly women. It has to be that way.
Keep it women, keep it
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
You see what happened when I started letting other people on the Nubian show? Next thing you know, you'll be the only one to be all men. So you know,
Oh, no, I
keep
don't
it all
want that.
women.
Yeah.
So who are the hot black female comics to keep an eye out for?
Keisha Brownie, of course, she's out there doing her thing. I think she was just in Ottawa this
Montreal,
past weekend.
I think.
What? Oh, Montreal. Yeah.
Yeah,
doing
Montreal
Comedy
at the
Nest.
Nest. Yeah,
Yeah. Aisha Brown, she's coming up, new up and comer.
she's very smart,
Yeah,
political,
very
edgy.
smart. Yeah, very smart. Hoodoo Hersey, you know her.
That's
She's
my
amazing.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your girl.
I love her.
I
She
take her
scares me.
sometimes for the show. She scares you?
That little tiny Muslim girl scared the shit out of me.
I know, she has a dirty mouth. I'm surprised sometimes.
Dirty mouth. Plus, she's got because she's feisty.
Yeah, she is. She
You
is.
know?
But
I'd
really
like-
funny.
I would like to marry her just to see what she'd be like as a grandmother. Well, like I'll be around when she's a grandmother, but she'll be one of them feisty, tiny little black women that that still get you to hit you with that cane if you ain't done right, So
Yeah. Aisha Alpha, she's amazing. She's doing Homegrown.
She's not only that, but the industry people love her.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
been watching her for a while.
Oh,
She's
okay,
gonna
yeah.
come on the outside track and just steal everything eventually, So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and Dana, she's not here. Dana Alexander.
Dana's in England and all over the world.
Yeah, so when she comes back, we're gonna try and tour it. That's our goal. is to
Okay,
tour,
well, she's a strong sister to do it with.
Oh, yeah.
So when is this show?
The next one is August 9th. It's once a month.
Okay,
So,
it's usually the middle of the month.
yeah, around there.
Okay, so
Middle, beginning.
So for any of you women out there, make sure you get your moms or some babysitter to come down, and they don't have to be black women to enjoy this.
Oh
show.
no, we have a lot of white people, a lot of white males coming. It's just something different that they're not used to.
So don't worry, you're not gonna have to listen to 5 black women that are premenstrual mad that you've taken all the jobs and all the men. It's not like a militant thing. They just happen to be comics of color that happen to be women.
Yeah, and I call it things black girls say because mostly I'm hosting it. And I'm
Yeah,
a black girl and I gotta say some stuff. So
One year at the Fringe, I put on the Nubian Queens, a comedy that was like 19 years ago. And then I've been trying to do festivals for years. I once want to have a show called The Bad Black Bitches, a comedy, and everybody looked at me like, you cannot name a show with that. And that's when that's when my would-be sponsors they said, well, thank you, Mr. Robinson. This is a very interesting meeting. And bad black bitches. Sounds like an exploitation movie. Get your tickets for it. You have to get one of those monster truck guys to do the voiceover. Get your tickets for the bad black bitches of comedy.
Oh no, yeah, no.
If you think Whoopi Goldberg's crazy, wait till you hear these bad bitches. So anyway, I'm Kenny Robinson, and there are no bad bitches on this show. Thanks for checking out Breaking Down the News. Check us out again real soon.